right, this week we're doing a little filler content here, and this has been thrown our way. Dear America, David Mitchell's Soapbox.
I'm here for it. I feel like he's talking to us, Spencer.
Yeah, he probably is, maybe.
If he brings up good points, I'm still gonna say he still has a stick up his ass, regardless.
Right. We learned that from both Would I Lie to You and almost 8 seasons of Peep Show.
Yeah.
So that stick up his ass ain't going nowhere.
All right, let's
You
do it,
ready?
man.
All
Yep.
right. 3, 2, 1. Good God.
Dear Americans, as you know, everyone in Britain knows the Queen, and she's asked me to have a quick word with you on her behalf about her English. Don't worry, this isn't the standard tedious British sneering about lieutenants and aluminum. Essentially, her message is, use it how you like. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind about the sensible ones, like spelling plough the way it quite obviously should be spelt, but nor does she mind about the silly ones, like saying tidbit, because you think the syllable tit is intrinsically rude.
I see where this is going.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I wonder if he's actually ever been to America before.
Had to
Like,
have.
At least once. I mean, I read somewhere that Lee Mack, has a big fear of flying, so he doesn't ever leave the country. So,
Wow.
that's just, I know we're not talking about him, but that's what I read about Lee
Interesting.
Mack. But anyway.
Interesting. Okay. Everyone has their quirks.
Yeah. Oh, well.
By all means, leave the U out of colour if it bothers you. I can quite see that the bit of a car you put stuff in looks more like a trunk than a boot, and that sidewalks are the bit at the side that you walk on. Fine, says the Queen. Help yourself. She couldn't care less. She couldn't care less, though. Not she could care less. That's the one thing she'd really like you to stop saying, because that, as an expression for not or hardly caring, just makes no sense. If you could care less about something, then all you're telling us is that you do care at least a little bit, because you could care less. But if you couldn't care less... Look, observe this graph. Here's me on the scale of caring. I'm at 0. Therefore, since negative caring is impossible...
You okay, man?
This is awesome. This is what... yes, dude, yes. Yes, 100%.
Come on, David. Come on. Let's have it. Let us have it. Let me back that a bit.
Here's me on the scale of caring. I'm at 0. Therefore, since negative caring is impossible, or rather is simply caring of another sort, love and hate being different sides of the same coin, etc., etc., I couldn't care less. I could care more, but I couldn't care less. If I could care less, I would have to care at least the smallest possible unit of caring in order to give myself room to care less. I can't care nothing if I could care less. But I might care much more than nothing. I could care anything from here to here. And I could still truthfully claim to be able to care less. I could care less is absolutely useless as an indicator of how much you care, because the only thing it rules out is that you don't care at all, which is exactly what you're trying to convey. So that's the one thing I really want, the Queen really wants you to stop saying.
You notice that part? It's like, I wish, no, the Queen wishes. No.
Yes. I get that. And I've fallen prey to using this. I've fallen prey to using I couldn't care less. But now it's like, I know it sounds stupid.
I gotta be real. I don't really use that phrase. I couldn't care less.
Oh.
Like, I often will say, I don't care. I couldn't give a fuck. Oh, I said it. Yep. I cocked myself. Y'all just saw a transition there.
There you go.
You just saw a moment of self-realization there. Bookmark this. Now you have to leave a like on the video.
I was like, humble pie? Is that humble pie? Oh, nice. Yeah, no, pretty much, man.
So, I'll say it's magpie because it's something about Britain. So it's magpie. I ate some magpie.
There you go. Still counts.
Yep, exactly.
Although while I've got you, the expression is, can you hold the fort? not hold down the fort. If I ask you to hold the fort, the metaphor I'm employing is perfectly clear. You and I are in the fort together, holding out against the enemies of the fort who are besieging the fort. I now have to pop out of the fort for a bit to get some printer toner or take the cat to the vet. While I do this, don't worry about how I'll get past the besieging enemy. I have a secret tunnel and a false beard. While I do this, I want you to hold the fort so that when I come back, we'll both still have the fort. A perfectly reasonable metaphor embodying a sound military strategy. If I ask you to hold down the fort, what the hell am I talking about? Hold down the fort while I go out? Because, as you know, it's an inflatable hover fort, and once relieved of my weight, it might float off into the sky. Hold down the fort, and when I get back, the two of us can tickle the fort. No, meaningless. Stop it. But those are the only two...
Oh, no, I'll let it play,
Two things. Stop doing those and you can say research and Bernard to your heart's content. Although, herbs? Really? You're French now, are you? With your herbal tea and your herbal remedies? Well, fine. Whatever makes you happy. I could care less.
Fair play.
Good one.
That was out of all the PSAs we've had on the channel, that's a good one. Point received.
That one's right up there. Hold down the fort. I've definitely used that one before, I'll admit. And now it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, is it going to fly away if you don't hold it down? This is implying that the fort is not very well built.
If I lose you when I say hold down the fort and you're taking it literally, I'm sorry. You're most likely not friends. You can read between the lines. But granted, I understand that sentence does not make sense.
Granted, with how sometimes life can be, it can feel like that fort is not bolted down well, and that you actually do need to hold down the fort. So, considering what 2023 was to us, maybe sometimes you do need to hold down the fort.
I agree to disagree, but I'm with you. Does that make sense? I'm with you. I 100% agree with what you said. I don't necessarily have to agree with David Mitchell on that one.
Right. There we go. Perfect.
Yes.
Anywhere.
Does he do a lot of these?
That's a whole channel, David Mitchell Soapbox. This is, but the uploads were like 13 years ago, so
but
a lot of stuff has probably changed since then.
Oh man, that's gold though. I like that. I feel like we stumbled onto a gem. I like that, man.
I didn't know where it was gonna go. It could have gone so many different directions.
I don't mind where it went.
It was funny.
I give him that. And I'm glad he has a channel like this. Because guess where I'm going? If we're not going to pursue it, I'll give it a week or however long it takes for this video to come out. If we don't pursue it, then I will watch that. I will binge watch it.
There you go.
Oh, man.
And I'll just say thank you for watching. And we really couldn't care less if you subscribed and watched another video. But we do care if you...
unplug and do something legendary, guys.
Exactly. We'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Fellas, we could be that mistake. Let's do this.